Good day. Welcome to another episode of Throwing It Back with Sean Farrell. I am Sean Farrell. God is great all the time. All the time, God is great. Jesus Christ is Lord. Let's not waste no more time. Let's get right into it. Okay. So where there's smoke, there is fire. The fallout from the 1985 NBA AllStar game. Okay. So this game was memorable not for the game that was played. By the way, Ralph Sampson was named All-Star Game MVP of the 85 All-Star Game. Okay. And you also had first-timers there like rookie Hakeem Olajuwon. And there's rookie MJ. This game was, like I said, this game was not memorable for the game that was played. It was memorable because of the alleged freeze out of Michael Jordan. Okay. So let me start back in Michael's rookie year. Okay. They played the San Antonio Spurs at Chicago Stadium, and Jordan lit up the Spurs for 45 points in a win. Okay. So Jordan would go on to average 28.2 points and was an all-star game starter. Okay. And so when he went to All-Star weekend, some of a few of the veterans felt he was a quote hot shot rookie, if you know what I mean. And this was straight from Michael Jordan himself. Michael said, "I was very quiet when I went there. I didn't want to go there like I was a big shot rookie, and you must respect me." That was straight from Michael Jordan himself, okay? But a few of the veterans thought he was hot shot, big shot. And if you recall, the day before the slam dunk contest, he actually wore some of his Nike gear in the slam dunk contest, okay? And that didn't sit well with a few veterans. That didn't sit well with the few veterans, okay? So it was said that Isaiah, Magic, and George Gervin were going to teach him a lesson. Okay? They said they were going to teach him a lesson. So I watched the 85 All-Star game. I went back and watched the 85 All-Star game in preparation for his topic. And Jordan actually scored the first 2 points of the game on the tip end. Okay, so Jordan had the first points of the All-Star game on the tip end. Okay. So I watched that game. They passed him a ball. They passed the ball to Jordan a few times, but not often. Yeah. They passed the ball to Jordan a few times, but not often. Okay. As a result, he only ended up scoring 7 points. Okay. He only scored 7 points. But it was said that the veterans are going to teach him a lesson that the East All-Stars weren't going to pass him a ball, most notably Isaiah Thomas and George Gervin. It was said that George Gervin was going to give him a hard time on defense, okay, whenever Gervin had the ball. And so you had all that going on. And then Isaiah Thomas said, "That's childish. It's selfish. Why would anyone do that?" However, the next day when the players were flying back to their cities, okay, the next day when the players were flying back to their cities, I think it was Magic, George Gervin, and I think Isaiah. And they were like having a conversation and laughing by saying, "Do you think we did a good job?" Do you think we did a good job teaching him a lesson? Was what they were talking about. Okay. And so, word of this got back to Jordan. Okay. But before I get to my next point on Jordan, I don't think Jordan was the real target. The real target was Nike, and it was alleged that the veterans who had endorsement deals with Converse, okay, at the time, the veterans who had endorsement deals with Converse, Mark Aguirre, Bernard King, Magic, Kevin McHale, Larry Bird, they all had endorsement deals with Converse, but they were pulling in less endorsement money than Michael was pulling in from Nike. Okay, so Sonny Vaccaro said the real target was Nike, not Michael. So I guess the veterans view Michael as Nike. I guess, okay. But as the players were flying back to their cities, okay, they were talking about, do you think we did a good job on him? Okay. And like I said, word of this got back to Jordan. Okay. But the amazing thing about it is Jordan didn't even recognize that it was a free. He's out. Michael never even recognized that it was a free. He's out until somebody said something to him about it. Okay. And so there's a short-term fallout, then there's a long-term fallout. Let me get to the short-term fallout. Okay. The short-term fallout was he didn't get along with George Gervin, and he didn't get along with Magic Johnson for the first half of Jordan's career. Michael Jordan, believe it or not, did not get along with Magic Johnson all that well in Jordan's early years. Okay. So, and a little bit more short-term fallout. Shortly before the 85-86 season began, a lot of people forget that George Gervin was actually traded to the Chicago Bulls for David Greenwood. Okay. They trade George Gervin to the Chicago Bulls for David Greenwood. And they asked Michael about that trade. Michael said, nah, I'm not happy about it. I think he was still simmering over what happened over the freeze out in the 85 AllStar game. So Jordan didn't like it. He was angry. He wasn't happy Gervin was on his team. Okay. So yeah, there was some real animosity there between Jordan and Irving. Of course, they really didn't play together because Jordan only played in 18 games that year. But Jerry Krause made the trade. Michael didn't like it. He still had hard feelings towards George Gervin. So yeah. So, and then there is the long-term fallout. Okay? There's a long-term fallout from the 85 All-Star game freeze out of Jordan. Okay? I talked about this like a year ago. Okay? There were some who believed that the Bulls-Pistons rivalry, the origins of the rivalry, began with the Detroit-Boston rivalry. Okay? Boston was seen as the veteran team that whatever you did, nothing bothered them. Nothing bothered Parrish, nothing bothered McHale, nothing bothered Bird. Nothing bothered them. Okay? And that really ticked off the Pistons, because they were trying everything they could to get past them, the Celtics. Right? Then they get past the Celtics. Then the Pistons treated the Bulls the same way the Celtics treated the Pistons. These guys don't have what it takes. Okay. But I believe the origins were really born in the '85 AllStar game. And so a few days after the AllStar game, the Detroit Pistons came to Chicago Stadium to play the Bulls. Before the game, Isaiah went over and then apologized to Jordan. I don't think Jordan really accepted it, because Jordan called Isaiah's apology, quote, show. He said that Isaiah's apology was a show. Okay. Then to make matters worse for Isaiah Thomas, Jordan goes out and scores 49 points. Not only does Jordan score 49 points, he leads the Bulls to a 139-126 victory. Okay. And here's this is what made Michael Jordan. This is part of what made Michael Jordan great. His pettiness. Okay. Okay. So it's late in the game. The Bulls are on their way to winning the game. The Pistons miss a shot. Okay. Bulls grab the rebound. They throw the ball down to Jordan, who is all alone on the other end of the court. And what Jordan did was this. He waited just long enough so Isaiah could run in to the picture. He waited long enough for Isaiah to run into the picture and then dunk the ball. That's the pettiness of Michael Jordan. Okay. But that's what made MJ great. Okay. That's what made MJ great. And so they asked Isaiah Thomas about it. Isaiah Thomas is like, I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that. So the rivalry of the Bulls and Pistons was born in the '85 All-Star game. Okay. And then it really took root after Jordan scored 49 points in that victory over the Pistons at Chicago Stadium. So obviously that's a long-term fallout. Okay. That's a long-term fallout of the 1985 NBA All-Star game freeze out of Jordan. Okay. And I thought that was just some pretty interesting stuff. Oh man. Yeah. Good times. All right. That's it. That's all for Throwing It Back with Sean Farrell. I am Sean Farrell. I'm out of here. May God bless you all. Peace out.